Hello everyone, I'm Francis. This video is introducing multithreading program. In computer architecture, multithreading is the ability of a CPU or a single core in a multi-core processor to execute multi-processes or threads concurrently, appropriately supported by the operating system. This approach differs from multiprocessing, as with multithreading, the processes and the threads share the resource of a single or multi-cores, the computing unit, the CPU caches, and the translation log-aside buffer. And you can see these pictures. Single process has two threads during a time. Okay, and let's see about the POSIX thread. The POSIX thread usually referred to as Pthreads is an execution model that exists independently from a language as well as a parallel execution model. It allows a program to control multiple different flows of work that overlap in time. Each flow of work is referred to as a thread, and the creation and control over these flows is achieved by making call to the POSIX thread API. POSIX threads is an API defined by the standard POSIX 0.1c thread extension. We assume we have a house, and this house have the three lamps, and this one is the first lamp. This two is the second lamp. An image that they have a third lamp inside the house. And I will introduce two programs. This program is a single process and a single thread. And this program is single process and a multi-thread. Okay, let's see the first single process and the single thread. And this is the execution result, and we input arguments, maybe 10 seconds, and to calculate the power consumption. For example, in this case, the power consumption is 55 degrees. And in the code, we should include the Pthreads, and we declare a power consumption variable, and we have the power consumption thread, and we also have the main function. Okay, we see the main function first, and in this main function we need input the argument. Okay, the argument unit is second, and we declare the thread ID, and we create a thread attribute and initiate the thread attribute, and then we create the thread, and then we add the thread joint, which means wait until thread is done its work. And finally, we print the power consumption. Okay, let's see about the power consumption thread. In this thread, we assume power consumption 1 degree per second. So it's using a for loop to accumulate the power consumption. Okay, we see the makefile. In the makefile, you also need the Pthread in the C flags. Okay, let's make this program, and you can see we have the Pthread in here, and we execute the power consumption. For example, we have the 20. We turn on the lamp 20 seconds, and you can see the power consumption is 210 degrees. Okay, let's take a look about the single process and the multi-threads. Okay, in this example, we can see the execution result will like this. the power consumption, we are turn on the lamp. Every lamp we turn on 10 seconds, and it shows every lamp power consumption degrees, and displays the power consumption. The total power consumption is 155 degrees. Okay, in this code, we need include the Pthreads, and we declare the power consumption struct, and we also have the power consumption thread function, and we also have the main function. In the main function, we need input the argument. You can input one argument, two argument, until the n arguments, and then we declare a total power consumption variable, and we also declare the power consumption struct, and then we using a for loop to create the multi-thread. Okay, we're using the for loop to create a multi-thread. We also need to declare the attribute and initiate the attribute, and then we have create the thread, and then we add the thread joint, which means wait until thread is done its work, and then we print every thread power consumption, and every thread means every lamp. And finally, we accumulate the total power consumption, and then finally we print the total power consumption. Okay, we see the power consumption thread, and then this is assume power consumption 1 degree per second. Okay, using the for loop to accumulate the power consumption, and assign the power consumption to the answer. And we also need see the makefile. The makefile is the same. You need to declare the power Pthread in the C flag. Okay, we make this program again. Okay, you can see the Pthread in here, and we execute. And this time we assume the first lamp turn on 10 seconds, the second lamp turn on 20 seconds, and the third lamp turn on 30 seconds. Okay, you can see the thread 0 power consumption for lamp 1 is 55 degrees, thread 2 power consumption for lamp 2 is 210 degrees, and the thread 2 power consumption for lamp 3 is 465 degrees, and the total power consumption is 730 degrees. Okay, and this is a multi-thread example. We're just using a for loop to create a thread in here, and a for loop to create a thread, and you can see the multi-thread result in here. Okay, thank you for your watching. Bye bye.